Hey folks, Bernakevitch here with All Points Design. That's allpointsdesign.ca. And today we're talking about the Oregon State University Permaculture template, specifically microclimates. When we look at microclimates, we're trying to assess and understand the different elements or the different sites or the different areas on our design site that are different from a climatic conversation. Where are there specific differences within that microclimate? So I'm going to show you how to create something like this, how we've got a number of different microclimates and understandings of the site. And really, when we take a look at microclimate, we want to at least capture three major aspects. We want to capture a temperature component, so hot, warm, cool. We want to capture a solar component, so is it sunny, is it shady, semi-shady, is it dark? And three, we want to capture a moisture component. Is it dry, wet, very wet, super dry? We want to have these three elements. So on the original template, you've been given something like this. And what I'm finding currently is that it's easier just to bring in the different background slides, the layout slides that I've created and make something like this. So how this works is as we're on microclimate, we're going to right click and go new slide. New slide's going to pop up. That new slide's automatically defaulting to my base map with colored legend. And all I want is my grayscale background. So I'm just going to grab my grayscale background where I have removed my legend for my base map. Now, normally we'd want our base map legend on everything we create, but in this situation, I'm willing to let it go because I want to leave space for my microclimate legend. The next thing I did is I created a table, and you can make a table as with as many microclimates as you want. I went for 5. And then I added 2 columns over 5 rows. Great. Then I want to do is I just want to make sure that it's going to fit on the right-hand side over there. Oh, made it a little bit too big. Happens every once in a while. Bring it over here. And again, I just want to slot it in so it's actually going to make sense on the sizing here. And I'm probably going to want to get a title in there as well. So I'm just going to add one more row above, right-click, insert row above. And then I'm going to highlight both of these, right click, merge cells. That'll be my microclimate. As I come down, I'm going to pull over the center column divider. And now I've got all of these different colors with which to work with. So all I did is I just took the colors directly from this palette. So I grabbed onto the red, clicked onto paint format, came over here, and then clicked on the cell. Automatically that cell went red. And I did that for every single one. Next, what I did is I clicked on the cell, went over to my fill color, went on to custom, and then brought that fill color down to 50% in terms of transparency. And this is a really important thing to do because we want to see the background underneath the microclimate. Next, I went over to my polyline tool, trusty polyline tool, and then took a look at the areas that are of this area. And maybe I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. Let's talk a little bit about this microclimate. So this microclimate is, it's quite hot, it's quite sunny, and it's quite dry. And as usual, we're just gonna pop up that font size so we can see it. 400 is a little bit much. Let's go with 30. There we go, and probably 45. Oh, 400 again. All right, 45. Here we go. And then I'm going to make sure that it's centered on the cell. Great, hot, sunny, dry. Fantastic. Then I'm going to go back to my polyline tool. And I'm going to, there we go. Then I'm going to go around where all that hot, sunny, dry area is. So I'm just going to go around and kind of goes around this Pinus mugo, comes up here to the corner because of course there's shade that comes in and we'll shade out that house during midday and towards the end of the day. So not all of that gets really nice, hot and sunny. And there we go. I'm going to go back to the cell, click format, click on my poly shape. And now I've got hot, sunny, dry, and I've got an area where it's hot, sunny, dry. And normally I'll stick with what I'm working on. So I'm currently working on this hot, sunny, dry. So I'm going to continue on with the areas that are hot, sunny, and dry. And so that hot, sunny, dry area also includes that front hedge and also the back hedge. Great. So now I've got all of the hot, sunny, dry areas. Next, I'm going to move down to my next area. And again, all I did was I came over here, grabbed the color, format, came over to my cell, grabbed it, then grabbed my bucket tool, plus 50%, highlight, great. And so this is warm, I'm just gonna actually check, warm, hot, sunny, dry, deck and balcony. So these are just the deck and balcony areas. And a little bit actually on the front here as well. So because I've already done this, I'm just gonna cheat and copy and bring this over here. And this is how I went through this process. I basically cataloged all the different microclimates I had and then put them onto the site. And if you do need to add another one at the bottom, you can always right click at the bottom, insert row below, and then we've got another microclimate that we can create. And this is what it looks like when it's finished. So almost all of my areas are highlighted. And the one thing I did want to do is I wanted to include the balcony. So I can double click on this and then pull this last point and actually over the balcony, because there is going to be some growing we're going to do on the balcony as we've been talking with the clients. So there we go. That's the microclimates. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next tutorial.